Hello everyone, it's Andy Glenn here, welcoming you all to another Sharks TV podcast. And this week, I'm joined by Liam Danskin. Liam, how are you doing?
I'm good. Yourself?
Aye, doing away. I'm loving the feeling of the Sharks just now. It must be great to play in a team that's just on the up at this point.
No, it's amazing. Yeah, I think the boys have definitely found their feet. We're, I think what were we, five games on the trot there, so...
Five wins on the trot as we record this, but 7 out of the last 9 were defeats to Leeds and Salford, which isn't too bad.
No, it's good.
And unbeaten in 2024, as I keep saying to everybody, which is pretty good.
Yeah, no, it's a good way to start the year. And, we've got 2 games coming up this weekend, so we can hopefully we make that a bigger go.
Absolutely, but it seems like you signed ages ago, but it's not that long ago, really, is it?
It's actually not that long. I mean, I felt the same. I think it helps. I was here last season. I obviously know everybody in that bit. It was as soon as I came back, I felt exactly the same, like straight back to almost like a family almost. Everybody welcomed me with open arms. So, yeah, it's been fun. It's been great being back. It has been.
Has it? What's been the highlight since you've been back?
It's a hard one. Everything's like I said, I was here last season, so I know a few people, but there is a lot of new stuff. I think the way it's getting ran and all the new stuff, the boys are enjoying it. I can't pick one highlight. I don't think. It is a hard one. Just everything going on. It's just such a good place right now. So,
well, since you've signed and since Callie's signed, the Sharks have definitely been on the up. Coincidence?
Well, I don't want to say that, but
You're too modest. But certainly we've been on the up, and as we look back on, I guess for what a lot of fans will have been a real highlight was the win against the current champions Leeds. I mean, that was some game to be at, really exciting, and could have went either way in the end. What was it like to play in?
No, it was a great game. I mean, I think we came out the first period, I think it was 2-0.
Yeah, 2-0.
Yeah, so I mean, we were feeling good. We were feeling really good. I think the buzz all week was there. We definitely believed in ourselves. We got the confidence, and we know that we're a team that's finding our feet. But yeah, the game itself, I mean, it was tight. The fans were loud. They brought a good few fans with them too, so they were cheering on. That was good to see. But yeah, the game itself was amazing, and then for it to go how it went and get the big win, like you said, and they're top or round there right now, and they won last year, the champions. So no, it was a big win for us and a big boost for the confidence for the team as well. Yeah,
absolutely. And I guess you kind of said that it feels like you've been here and you've been here before, but there are differences to the club, and of course with the owners are David, Phil, and John. There's a lot more. There's really good social media that comes out, and there's a lot more for you to do as a player. Are there any other differences do you feel between how it was last season and coming into this season?
Well, like you said, all the social media stuff's good. I mean, stuff like this and our little videos that we do for game nights and that it's all good fun. It's all good for the fans to see us more. I think even on the game days, the way that it's dealt with, how people are even ticketing in, and the bar, the cafe's like good too. The little pints that you can get around the rink, you don't have to go all the way to the bar, stuff like that. The merchandise, like everything's just went up a level, and I think it's so much better for the experience wise. It's a better night for fans as well. And I mean, if they come up after the game, they get to hear us talk. They get to come and talk to us if they want a signature or anything like that. So yeah, I think a lot's better, and it is different, but it's once you get used to it, I mean, it's amazing. It's a good opportunity. So,
do you enjoy doing the social media? I mean, I know you're on social media just now. So it's kind of counterintuitive, but do you enjoy doing the interviews afterwards, or is it? I mean, it's great when we win. It's dead easy when we win.
Yeah.
But it's much more difficult when we lose. What's your thoughts about getting involved in it?
No, I love it. I mean, the videos and that sometimes, I mean, I've had a couple of attempts where I've definitely got it wrong or had a little stutter or something. But once you do it a couple of times, you get there. And then, like you said, the interviews up the stairs, like when we win, it's amazing. But even when we lose, there's still like the same amount of fans. People are here to listen to us, win or lose. Like they're supportive. So even if it is sometimes difficult to talk after a defeat, it kind of brings you back up when you've got people still coming to see you and still coming to listen to what you have to say about the game and stay afterwards. They're not just disappearing after. So
So that's in terms of the game night experience for fans and such like, and how we are interacting as a club with our fans. Are there any differences from you as a player? So things that we wouldn't necessarily see, do you feel there's a difference?
There's a few different things, especially like maybe in the dressing room. I mean, I've only experienced Peam, and he's always been brilliant, and a Scooter too. They've always been great, but there's the odd little thing that we get that's a wee bit extra. They help us out that little bit more, or there's a lot of little things like that add up. Yeah, I mean, it's all fairly the same kind of playing. You come on and it's you kind of play your game, but those little things before and after, they all add up, and it all helps to kind of keep us as happy as possible and as fit and ready to play. So,
how does it compare with other teams you played for?
It's a difficult one. That I mean, I think because I've played in quite a few different levels.
Oh, yeah, played in the elite as well.
Yeah,
So
yeah. So I mean, it's pretty close to elite. I mean, it's pretty much there. Like, there's not a lot of difference at all. I think then obviously going down the levels as far as when I played for like Kirkcaldy and stuff like that, like that changes, but that's just with the opportunity in the different leagues. But yeah, no, it's good, and it's. Like I said, it's pretty much the same as Elite League. I wouldn't say there's any difference there at all. So,
well, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
And it's good to do these podcasts as well. And hope you fans really appreciate the fact that likes of Liam comes along and does what he does. And we need you to like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notifications bell so you don't miss any of the latest podcasts from Sharks TV. And of course, you're recording this on an afternoon. You've been working all morning as well with your own business. Remind everybody what your business is.
My business is Danskin Plumbing Heating. So I just do any of your plumbing, your heating, I don't know what else, anything, kitchen, bathrooms. Just let me know. I've got Facebook and Instagram pages. I think my business cards are around the rink somewhere and that, so you can pick a couple of them up if you're here.
Yeah, so if you need anything doing in your house, Liam's the man.
Yeah.
Just don't be banging on the plexi while he's playing, saying, "You're meant to come to my house the other day." Right?
Yeah.
So yeah, you can get your businesses here, and obviously you've moved up from Hull, so you're starting your business pretty much from scratch here in Dumfries, I guess. So
yeah, I mean, I kind of done that at the start when I signed at Hull. I had to do that down there, and then it's kind of the same thing. It's been good, like fans, and then obviously I've got the Facebook pages and everything, so people have been pretty good at getting it around, and business is coming in. But it's starting off fresh is always a wee bit hard, but once you get going, I mean, people are supportive here, so yeah, it's definitely picking up. Yeah.
All right, well, that's good to hear. Right, I'm going to do something a bit unusual now, probably we've never done before, and we're blaming Curtis Warburton for this. Curtis was chatting to us outside, and he asked a question of Liam, and it was an either-or question. So would you rather do this or would you rather do that? I'm liking the idea of doing either-or, so I'm going to ask Curtis's question first.
Yep.
And Curtis's question was, would you rather score a goal or would you rather give a massive hit in centre ice?
Oh, it's a hard one. That is a hard one. I don't know. I'm going to say the goal because I think the goal would help out the team. I think a hit's always good. The fans would enjoy it too. But if the goal's going to help out the team and get the win, then that's what I'm going for.
Fans are going to enjoy both. Let's be honest.
I know.
So we'll do some more. We'll do some either-ors. Hull Seahawks or Solway Sharks, and there is only one answer here.
It has to be Solway Sharks for me. Yeah.
Did you enjoy your time at Hull?
I did. No, I did. No, Hull is a good place, and the fans are amazing. Even when we've went down those past couple of times to play them, fans are still coming up. They want signatures, and I'm happy to talk to them and have a chat with them. They're great people down there. I miss the boys too. The boys are good lads down there. Yeah.
Excellent. Right. Here's the really difficult either-or question.
Okay.
Right. You ready?
I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm building this up from way back here.
Right.
Who was a better player? You or your dad?
Oh, I'm going to have to say myself. He's going to get angry at that one, but I'm going to say me.
Right, for those of you who don't know, your dad used to play with Martin back in the days for Five Flyers, didn't he?
Way back when, yeah.
So tell us the highlights of your dad's career, do you know?
I don't know, my dad had a few. My dad's kind of done similar to what I've done. He spent a lot of time in Fife, and
he was a defenseman as well.
He was defenseman, like exactly the same, yeah. So he spent a lot of time in Fife. He was away down England. He played a couple of different teams down there too. So I don't know. I think if he's going to say highlights, if I can probably speak for him, I think some of the players and that he played with in Fife, the kind of levels of those players, I think that's what he would say highlight wise. Getting to play with them and learning off of them boys, and yeah, I think that's probably his highlight. If I could speak for him, I think.
And he comes to the games. He comes to some of the games here as well, doesn't he?
Yeah, when he gets a chance to, he comes up. I mean, it's not too far, a couple of hours to get here. So when he gets a chance, he comes up. So does like my nana and granddad and my mum and everything come from different places and that too. So it's pretty central. So they all get to kind of sometimes come and when they've got time. Yeah.
See you more here than they would have at Hull, I guess.
Yeah, it's a lot further. So yeah, it was kind of more a weekend thing. If they were coming down, they had to plan a few days to stay. So if they can come to a game and then head back after and get back for a decent time. So
just to get you back in your dad's good books, if I asked him the question, who's the better player, what would he say?
I'd hope he said me again.
Oh well, that's it.
I'd hope so, but
no, obviously just a little bit of fun. What's been your highlight since you've came back? Your number one highlight. What's been the thing that you've just enjoyed the most? It can be anything. It can be on ice, off ice, whatever.
Yeah, that's such a hard one. It's such a hard one because even like the first game coming back, it was nice and loud. I had a little song getting sang for my name. Yeah, that was pretty good. That put a smile on my face. Anyways, I don't know. I mean, it's maybe not a highlight, but seeing the way that we're going as a team, and I think the confidence definitely in the room, that kind of vibe that's going around, and what the boys are believing. I think that if that could be my highlight, I think that's what it is. I think the belief of where we're going to be at the end of the season and what we can do with the rest of it. I think that's probably what I'd say if I could. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's a great answer, and as the team spends more time together and gels and the process improves, this team is still on an upward trend, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. I think every week we're getting better. Like you see with the wins, they're coming more frequently, and I think the boys are doing better and better every single week. Practice is getting better and getting to that playoff mode soon. So everybody's stepping up again. So.
I mean, I'm going to ask you a question. I'm not saying it's a bit unfair, but when we look back to the Sharks of last season and the Shark Slam, you're a key part in that. They had that belief that team was never ever beaten.
Yep.
How does that compare with the feeling that's in the Sharks currently? Is it similar? Is it not as strong? Is it stronger?
No, I mean, last season, like you said, I think we had a couple of games where we were down quite a lot, and it was a constant confidence that we were coming back no matter what. I think that's what I'm trying to almost say. Like, I think now that is what's there. I think the boys, even when we're down and could be 2 or 3 goals, we know that's only 2 or 3 shots, and we're pretty confident that we can get back. I mean, you've seen some of the late scorers that that we've had, and that comes from the belief and the positivity that's in that room and in that team, which is a massive. For me, it's a massive thing, and I think that's the teams that end up getting to the end because they're not just giving up type thing. So,
I mean, where does that come from? I mean, every team would want that ability, and you could strive to that. But have you any sense of where that comes from? Is it Martin as a coach? Is it Martin and Jamie? Is it some of the old boys putting that out there as a kind of ethos? How?
Yeah, I think it's like a contagious thing. So I think and it's definitely not just one person all the time. I think we've got older boys in there. We've got young boys. I mean, it comes from Scooter sometimes. Like, Scooter's on the bench shouting just as much as we are. He gets into it as well, and Peamsy and Hazel and everything. I think it's once a couple boys show that positivity, everybody's happy to get on board. There's nobody really shutting it down. And I think if anybody does, then it doesn't last very long. Boys are straight back on them to get back up and kind of turn it around. And I mean, we've proven that it works. You got to stay that way. You got to stay positive and confident, and it works. So.
And winning becomes a habit, then, doesn't it? Exactly.
Like you can see, we've got the 5 so far in a row. So, like you said, for 2024, unbeaten so far. So
you got to take these wee things. It's those little successes that build up into a successful season, isn't it?
100%. These are things that we grab onto, and we hopefully go for as long as possible. Yeah.
the fans have got a part to play in that as well, because they come along and the place is much more noisy, it's much more busy than it's been before, and we hear constantly that players bounce off that or respond to that. What's your thoughts?
Massively. I mean, the Leeds win was a big win for us, but then a big part of that was the noise that was getting created. I mean, it was a tight game, so even the noise when they were scoring, it builds for us, like just that overall. I mean, and like I said about coming up after the games and stuff like that, even little bits like that, even if we have been defeated, you coming up after the game and seeing us and listening to the interview or having a little chat with us, it all adds up to maybe the next week again. And that support all, yeah. I mean, it's great for us, and I know every single one of the boys appreciates everything that the fans do, yeah.
And you're looking back in that Leeds game, it was a great victory, really expected. There was just such happiness amongst the Dumfries public that the next day, a good few of them got in cars and drove the 6 hours there and the 6 hours back to support you in Bristol. And you know, you heard these guys and you saw the flags down there as well, didn't you?
100%. I mean, you see that straight away. We're out in warm-ups and we've seen the flags up on the wall. And then after, we always go over and make sure that we show appreciation. But yeah, like you said, 6 hours down and 6 hours back, like that's a long journey. So we definitely see the dedication. We really appreciate it, 100%.
Well, we're going to ask you to send a message to those fans very shortly, but I'm going to answer my own question, because when I said, what was your highlight of the season? And you gave a highlight, I'm going to give you my Liam Dunscan highlight of the season. And it's when you weren't playing for us. It's when you were playing for Hull and you walked off after the game and the fans still sang your name as you were walking off as a Seahawk. And it was, you were smiling as you always do, but it was the look on your Hull Seahawks teammates, because they were smiling and giving you a nudge and going, you know, you're loved here.
No.
And that was just really nice to see, and it's been great that you've come back and signed for us, and we totally appreciate that. So, thanks everyone for watching. Just before I say cheerio, over to Liam for the last message to the fans.
So, like I've already mentioned, I mean, the support's been amazing, but the noise that we had against Leeds and the past few wins on the weekends has been amazing. So if you just keep that going, we really appreciate it. But yeah, if you keep coming down, showing your support, we'll hopefully keep that run going for you. So yeah.
Thank you, Liam. Thank you so much for spending your afternoon with me. And thank you so much, everyone, for watching this podcast. This is Andy Glenn saying cheerio.